at some points there, you didn't yet talk about Supra, but I imagine that at some points there, it must have just popped out for you the need of oracles to just build proper blockchain products that are really decentralized. Because if there is something that I recall, and you mentioned even backing a little bit more, you mentioned how you were working all through the crypto winter. Some people don't appreciate the amount of innovation that happened thanks to the ridiculous money that came thanks to ICOs. And all that ridiculous money, of course, a lot of it got wasted, but some of it actually got used to build products that got us to where we are today. Most of the projects there didn't even mention oracles. Most people didn't even know they existed. Everyone was like, oh yeah, we're going to build a decentralized Uber. And then when they actually sat down, there was no way they could have possibly centralized Uber.
Yeah, exactly. We never did ICO, so that was even harder to get through the crypto winter. In fact, we survived by building the technology for one or two companies that had ICO but couldn't build the tech. This is very common, though, what you mentioned about blockchain developers not realizing that they need an oracle. They come in like, okay, I have this idea, I'm going to do it, and then, oh, wait a second, how do I get this data I need in order for the smart contract to react or trigger the way I need it to? And it's like an afterthought. It's like, oh, I needed oracles. What are these things? Like, how does it work, et cetera? I should mention, so I kind of went backwards in the story as far as the kind of origin story. What did get us into kind of pivot our research lab to focus on the oracle problem was DeFi Summer. So during DeFi Summer 2020, we heard there's just so many oracle manipulations and oracle exploits that caused DeFi protocols to lose a lot of money. These DeFi hacks, most of these are actually not hacks, they're just exploits. And a lot of times these exploits were a result of like faulty Oracle implementations or other things like this. That drew us in. We're like, okay, well, we have done a lot of research into layer ones. Can we pivot our layer one R&D into solving the Oracle problem? And it was like a night in November where we had been thinking about, should we actually try to do a public network for a couple months prior? And then it just clicked for me, like in the middle of the night, just sketching it on a couple pieces of paper and then creating a presentation to my partners in the morning without sleeping. Hey guys, I have this new concept. Basically, what if we changed our core research and pivoted in this angle? I think we can solve the Oracle problems. It seems like it should have remarkable security and performance attributes. And in the end, that's like the origin story. My partners at the time were co-founders, are very excited, said, let's go ahead and pursue this, investigate this. And what really got us all the ball rolling is that we realized after speaking to other projects that there was a lot of demand for a new Oracle, for next generation Oracle. Of course, Chainlink and others were in the game already. Everyone knows about them, but there's not enough competition in the space. And there's some vulnerabilities with those other designs. Nonetheless, that's where we kickstarted the project. We were able to pitch it to some DeFi groups. And then before we knew it, like we started getting a lot of interest in terms of backing us. That's all started in late 2020 and early 2021.